Good morning, children. Are you ready for today's lesson? Good to hear, yes. So, children, we are on chapter 6, that is interdependence of living beings, plants, and animals. Till now, we have covered interdependence of plants and animals. That we have seen how plants are dependent on animals and how animals are dependent on plants. And second, we have covered different groups of animals divided on the basis of their food habits. Yes, children, till now we have done this much. In today's class, children, we will revise causes of imbalance in nature. What we are going to revise? Causes of imbalance in nature. But before I start with this topic, I want you all to understand meaning of imbalance. Meaning of imbalance. Imbalance means when things are not equally divided, when things are unevenly divided. For example, if I am having 6 candies and 3 boys, Abhisht, Utkarsh and Nitkarsh. How many candies I am having? 6 candies. And how many boys I am having? 3 boys. Abhisht, Utkarsh and Nitkarsh. And if I'll distribute 2 candies to each boy, if I'll distribute 2 candies to each boy, means I have distributed equally. So this is the situation of balanced. Okay, this is situation of balance. Okay, but what if I'll distribute unevenly? Means to Abhisht I'll give 3 candies, 1 to Nitkarsh and 2 to Utkarsh. If I'll give 3 to Abhisht, 1 to Utkarsh and 1 to Nitkarsh and 2 to Utkarsh, then it is uneven distribution. Why uneven? Because nobody has got equal. So this is uneven. Okay, they both can think I love Abhisht more, but obviously when I'll distribute unevenly, you will be having different feelings for me, children. So this is the situation of imbalance. This is the situation of imbalance. Now I believe you are clear with the meaning of imbalance. So children, here under this topic, we are going to learn that what are the reasons caused imbalance in nature. Here we are going to learn what are the different reasons that cause imbalance in nature. Now let's understand how balance is created in nature. How balance is created in nature. The balance of nature is the situation or the state where the interdependence of plants and animals will be maintained properly. And how it is going to maintained properly? It will be maintained when energy will be transferred properly from one living being to another living being. Yes, that, and this situation is known as interdependence, children. So when the transfer of energy will be maintained properly, then the nature will be balanced. How? Oxygen given out by the plants and food is used by animals, and animals, what animals gives to plant? Carbon dioxide. And when this interdependence will be balanced, our nature will be balanced. And very good example of flow of energy is food chain, which we will be discussing later on detail. Okay, children. Now let's see how in nature imbalance create. How in nature imbalance create. When the number of plants increase, when the number of plants increase and the number of animals decreases, okay, then imbalance is created in nature. How? Number of plants, as you can see in the picture, children, it is a situation of imbalance. Why? Lot of plants is there. Yes, yani weight is more, so it is down, and less animals, it is up. So that is why it is not on an equal platform. It is on uneven platform, and it is the reason of imbalance. What will happen in this situation? In this situation, the level of oxygen will go high and the carbon dioxide will go down. Then what will happen, children? In this, plant will not get proper carbon dioxide to make their food for photosynthesis. For photosynthesis, as we all know that plants need sunlight, water from soil and carbon dioxide to make their food. Yes, but when they will not get carbon dioxide in a proper amount, they will be not able to make their food. Okay, then the photosynthesis will be not in a right way. Is it clear, children? And when the photosynthesis will be not in a right way, then the animals will be not getting proper food and oxygen. Yes, they will be getting oxygen because the level is high, but they will be not getting food, which is equally important for their survival. So, this is clear to you all, children? Now, children, think what will happen when the number of plants decreases and number of animals increases. When the number of animals increases and number of plants goes down, means number of plants decreases. Again, this is a reason of imbalance in nature. This is a reason of imbalance in nature. Because in this situation, the level of oxygen will go down and the level of carbon dioxide will go high. And animals will be not getting proper oxygen and food to eat and oxygen to breathe. And this situation will create imbalance in nature. As we all know that all the animals are dependent on plants for their survival, because oxygen and food both are equally important for animal survival, and both the things we get from plants only. So children, this is the big reason for imbalance in nature, because if we will, number of plants will go down, we will not get oxygen and food. Yes. Now children, let's see what are the other reasons for imbalance in nature. First, forest fire. What is forest fire? It is a situation when in forest fire takes place because of some natural reasons. Now, what is the next reason of imbalance? Hunting. Again, hunting is a big reason for imbalance in the nature. Because of this, animals becoming endangered. So we should stop it. Now, what is next? Deforestation. How deforestation? Because when we are cutting forest, the level of oxygen is going down, which is not right. Okay, again it is a big reason for imbalance because animals will not get proper oxygen to breathe. So there are some other natural reasons for imbalance like earthquake, flood and fire, forest. These are the natural disasters. Okay children. So this is clear to you all. Now let's see what are the reasons and how we can create balance in the nature. How we can create balance in the nature by afforestation. What is afforestation, children? Plant more and more trees. For planting more and more trees is afforestation. And it will help to increase level of oxygen and it will help to purify the air we breathe in. Is it clear? And save animals. Okay, this will also create balance in nature. So now balancing nature, we have to promote afforestation and we have to save animals. Is it clear, children? As I told you, children, energy in the nature is never destroyed. It is only transferred from one living being to another living being. And balance of nature will be maintained only when the flow of energy will be properly and maintained in the living beings. From one living being to another living being, the flow of energy should be proper and balanced. Then only we can balance our nature. Okay, just to understand this flow of energy, we need to understand food chain. Let's start with water bodies. Okay, the bodies which is living in water. Now children, what is this? This is sun, main source of energy in the nature. And which category of living being is using sun's energy directly? Plants. Yes, and the sea plants which is very small, known as phytoplankton. For example, algae. Algae in Hindi we call it kai. Yes, kai is a kind of plant which is very small. So, phytoplanktons use sun's energy directly and they make their food and store in it within their body, that is in their leaves. Yes, and this phytoplanktons are eaten by zooplanktons. What is zooplanktons? These are sea animals, a very small sea animals. When phytoplanktons are eaten by zooplanktons, that means energy is also transferred from this to this, and this zooplanktons are eaten by small fishes. Now energy is transferred to small fishes. Yes, and these small fishes are eaten by big fishes. Now energy is transferred to big fishes and this big fish is eaten by whale. Now this energy, that the energy which is started traveling from sun to phytoplankton to zooplankton to small fishes, from small fishes to big fishes, now it is in whale. What will happen to whale when it will die? When it will die, then decomposers like bacteria and fungi help them to decay, and that decay matter and energy mix with soil that forms humus. Yes, and what is humus? The decay matter and the energy, okay, which is utilized by again phytoplankton, and again the same circle, the chain will start. I believe this chain is clear to you all. Now children, let's see one more example of food chain on land. Let's see how on land energy transfers from one place to another. Okay, one living being to another living being. Children, as we all know that sun is the main source of energy in the nature, and plants are the creature who use sun's energy directly, and they make food and store that food in their leaves. Okay, now this goat will eat this plant. So what will happen? The energy stored in this plant will transfer to goat. Yes, and who will eat this goat? Fox will eat this goat. Now the sun's energy which is stored in goat by eating plants will transfer to fox. Yes, now lion will eat this fox. Now the energy stored in fox will be transferred to lion. What will happen when the lion will die? The decomposers, that is bacteria and fungi, will help it to decompose. Yes, to decay. and when it will decay, it will mix with soil and it will form humus. What is humus? Humus is nothing but mixture of energy and decompose dead body, yes, which is used by these plants again. Okay, the same chain will go on. This is how our nature is balanced. This is clear to you all?